Can a $30 concealer truly be 5 times better than a $4 concealer? The truth will probably shock you. Guys, I'm really excited because recently I purchased the Natasha Denona concealer. However, we're going to be doing a versus video and we're going to be putting it up against the Mega Last Incognito concealer by Wet n Wild. This retails for $30 at Sephora. This retails for $6, maybe $5, I believe, at the drugstore. And both of these I love. So let's see how they hold up against each other. So the Mega Last is an all-day full coverage concealer. Natasha Denona is the High Glam concealer, and it's a brightening and hydrating crease-proof serum concealer. Have you tried any of these, and which do you think is going to take the win? Starting off, the size difference is clearly significant. The Incognito one is quite smaller, but this is really good for travel, I must say. However, this is round, and I do like the slim fit of this. They're just different packaging, and that's okay. Also, this one is a lot cuter, and Natasha Denona definitely wins. I've talked about this before in my Get Ready With Me / first impressions of this concealer, how pretty the packaging is. It's just very classy and elegant, really minimal. This Incognito one, it's just basic. It's just black cover plastic, nothing crazy. But like I said, this would be really great for travel. But this isn't bad either. Okay, now applicators. As far as the applicators go, I love, and I talked about this in that Get Ready With Me video too, I love the Natasha Denona applicator because of this. It has that pointed edge, so that's going to be really good for getting into those inner tear ducts and those corners really well. So I will personally say, as far as applicator goes, I prefer this style of applicator. As far as the Incognito concealer goes, this one here isn't bad at all. It's also nice and small and precise. I do like the smaller ones since I have smaller eyes. I like concealers that can kind of get in there. But this is also great for, spot concealing around the face and stuff. So I don't have any concealer on right now, you guys. I just have the rest of my face done except for the concealer. And I've said this before and I will mention it again. I love concealer. It makes the biggest difference. So, yeah, I can't wait to put these on my face and for my makeup to actually feel complete. All right, so the Natasha Denona we have in the shade P4. I had P3 in that original video that I told you guys. If you want to check it out, I will link it down below, but it's like a makeup get ready with me and a first impressions of this. And I had originally the color P3, which I love, but I get really dark really quickly, and summertime is like gonna be here any second, and I just know I'm gonna instantly tan. So just for safety, I went ahead and I got the P4 versus the P3. So keep that in mind. Just wanted to give you guys that little backstory. And then in the Incognito concealer, I got it in the color Medium Honey. I also love this in the color Medium Golden because I will use that for hyperpigmentation, spot conceal around my face, nose, things like that. But I definitely do love a brighter under eye concealer. Okay, here we go. First, we're going to do the application on this hand here. Like I said, a little bit goes a really long way. I hope this thing focuses. And as we spread this, you can see that it can just keep on going. It's got a really beautiful sheen to it. This is also a concealer that doesn't have to be set. And I just really have become a huge fan of this Natasha Denona concealer. So if we get to the Incognito one, it's also super creamy. Both of these concealers are very creamy and I love that. I'm gonna put this one on top. You can also see that is super buttery smooth and it also spreads. I don't think it spreads as much as the Natasha Denona one does, just being honest. And the shade is a little bit, this is more pinky, hence the P3, P4. And this is a little bit more golden, more my skin tone. That's just like a personal thing. Obviously for you, you're gonna get the concealer that best matches your color and whatever you're going for. I like that these are both super lightweight. They feel really incredible and really amazing. And they both have a beautiful skin-like finish. So let's go ahead and put them on the face. Guys, I'm ready. I just keep looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I want my bright concealer. I want my bright under eye. Okay. First, we're going to do the Natasha Denona concealer. Focus right in there. Out here. I'm using the Natasha little buffing brush. I have used this forever and I love it. Kind of just pat it in. But I love the little P, I believe stands for peach. Peach 3, peach 4, and it helps to neutralize if you have dark under eye circles like myself. Okay. Can you tell the difference? Like, that is just so lifting, really brightening. It's not getting into the little fine lines that I have here, because believe it or not, I do have a little fine lines in here, you guys. I wish I didn't, but I do, especially throughout the day. I am combination / dry skin, although my nose gets really oily. My cheeks are really dry and my under eyes as well, so I have to be really careful. I will say, when you first put this on, there are no fine lines that show. And I don't know if I just didn't have enough moisturizer on my eyes, but I did notice throughout the day that like you can kind of see them a little bit more. Again, like I said, it could just be my skin, but when you first put this on without setting, you don't have to do anything. It looks really great, but throughout the day, I did notice my fine lines kind of peeking through. Let's hope that these colors look good on the skin and I don't look too crazy walking around with two different colors. This one really spreads. Honestly, for like $5-6, it's an amazing deal. It has really good coverage. Look at that. This is so beautiful. I mean, obviously, I do love the Natasha Denona one, and that's kind of the one I'm so hyped about because I literally just bought it. So, you know, when you have like a new product and you're just so excited to use it, and it's like everything. Okay, I can already tell the color difference. This one is a lot brighter than this one, but that's just, I just need to get a brighter color. This is also not settling into my fine lines under the eyes at the moment. But you know, everything always looks great when you first put it on. It is still brightening. I'm looking in this mirror and it is still brightening. It's not as brightening as this one, but I mean, it's doing a great job. I mean, for $6. So this is the Natasha Denona one. And here is the Incognito Wet and Wild one. What do you guys think? I don't know if it's just me, but I can definitely tell this is brighter, and it's going to kind of bother me, so I'm going to put a little bit more of this on my right eye. It's the only thing about trying like this versus that makeup, that then like you just have to hope that the colors kind of match up and align. I will say this, I can't feel the difference. They're both extremely lightweight, like they're not thick or heavy or cakey. They're really feathery light. Okay, and now that I put on the second layer, it feels brighter. I feel much more confident going out into the world. Not thinking my eyes are completely different. But I will show you, even now, just like speaking a little bit, you can see the Natasha Denona one kind of settling into those fine lines. So I am going to set it. I'm going to set it with this Mercier lip powder. I love this stuff. The Incognito one is not settling as much as this one, but it's probably because I went in with a second coat and I dabbed again. So that is definitely a factor. I also love the corners of these little applicators because, again, they just fit into the inner tear duct area. So much better. I know it says that it's self-setting. Me personally, I like to go in there and set it anyways. Can you tell the difference of the eye that's set versus the eye that's not set? Also gonna set my nose because, like I said, I'm combination skin and my nose gets so oily. It's literally, it like breaks down all my makeup on my nose. It's not cute. So we're gonna set her. Also on these little smile lines, we're gonna set them too. Okay, I'm all set. Get it? All set. I set the under eyes. Wow, you know, I can't tell the difference. I'm looking in that mirror here, looking in that mirror there. I'm looking at this mirror here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of the Ciao by Say blush on. I love this blush. This is also my newest blush, so I'm very obsessed with it at the moment. Wow, you guys, I'm gonna be honest. I would highly recommend this concealer here for the price. I think this is a concealer that is so slept on. It's so underrated. It's like everybody knows about it, but then when you start to compare it side by side with this Chef's Kiss of concealer, it holds its own. It 100% stands its ground next to this bad boy. I think they're both great, and I definitely do think that you can pull this off. It's a great budget-friendly option, and I think it looks incredible. We're gonna wear it though. We're gonna wear this throughout the day. I have errands to run. I'm gonna go to for coffee. I'm going to do some shopping. I have things to do. I have to pick up Bosenni's dry cleaners. I stop by Uptown Cheapskate. I have things to do. So we're gonna wear this and we're gonna come back and give you the final verdict. I'm so excited. Hey guys, and we are back. I went shopping. It is now 11 p.m., 10:49 to be exact. But, oh my gosh, also, I searched this up, and this is $4. $4. $4.49 to be exact. So I'm being a little bit dramatic. But it is ridiculous, the difference in money. $4.49 versus $30. Oh my gosh. All right, so like I said, I was not running my errands. I'm going to get a little bit closer for you guys to see. I'm going to be 100% honest. Both feel amazing, wear beautifully on the skin. I did set them. I set them with this powder. Just remember that. I love that Laura Mercier powder. I want to hear from you on camera. Can you tell the difference? This is the Natasha Denona concealer, and this is the Incognito concealer. My honest opinions, I can't tell the difference. I look in the mirror, but if I want to get super picky and I want to like nitpick and truly like stare, when I glance, can't tell a difference. But if we are going to get to the nitty gritty, this is just like at a glance, I can't tell. Everything looks great. However, the Incognito one does, and I don't know if I just have more creases like on this eye, but this little crease here is more pronounced on the Incognito one. But I do have some here, but it's just this one is just a tiny bit more. I also do feel out of the both of them, the Incognito one wore off just a tiny bit. I don't think it's enough to tell a difference. Like I said, if you just look, they look exactly the same. They both look great. And regardless, you know, of the shade being a little bit different, remember that I did have to do this one twice. And this one you do have to use less product because it's just, I don't want to say thicker, but like a creamier consistency. And in my opinion, it was more pigmented, way more pigmented than the Incognito one, which is why we did one coat here and it was 2 on this one. So keep that in mind. However, for the final results and the wear test and how they look and feel and perform on the skin, I think this is a steal. This is such a great and underrated product. I always like to have this on hand because, like I said, I like to have this in 2 shades. I love Natasha Denona. I am still super hyped about her. Obviously, this one stayed on better. It did less creases, more pigmented. but for the price, this is definitely something to look into and worth the hype. I love both of these. This is a really hard one for me, you guys. Like, what would I choose? I can't decide between drugstore and high-end. I really do love them both. I can appreciate both of them, but we have to make a choice. We have to make a decision. I want to make a decision in this video for you guys, and I'm going to go with the Natasha Denona. Number one, I love the applicator on it. Like I said, this little pointed stuff here, it's just, it fits so well into those crevices, so I really like that. I also love the color because it has a little bit of that peachy in there. If you're somebody who has really dark under eyes like myself, that is something that can really help to color correct and brighten you up. I love, love, love a bright under eye. That is another reason. And this is just me getting nitpicky because, like I've already said 1,000, I probably sound like a broken record. I'm so sorry. But this is just getting nitpicky because you could just as easily pull this off. And I don't want to discourage you because this is a great vibe. But this is my reasoning. The pigmentation on this is stronger, it's creamier, you do use less of it. I like the packaging. I like to feel like a little bit bougie. So for me, it's gonna be the Natasha Denona. And I do have to say, I've worn this by itself without setting it, and I wasn't a fan of those results. Just being completely honest, I personally do have to set it. So there's some claims on that. Natasha Denona said that this sets itself and you don't have to set it, but the final verdict is that did not go well for me. So if you have some texture or some like little fine lines under here, totally normal. I have them. I'm 32. It's just part of beautifully aging. But be aware that, like, yeah, it will show up. It looks beautiful in the beginning, but over time as the makeup wears, and if you are like drier hair like myself, it is gonna show. But regardless of that, if you set it with a powder, you will be all set and good to go. So yeah, that's it, you guys. This was a little chatty video. Like I said, it's 11 p.m. and I work tomorrow, so I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna take off all of this makeup. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you like this video, you can check out the Natasha Denona Get Ready With Me. I do my makeup from start to finish and did a first impressions of this concealer. So check out that video next, and I'll see you there. Bye.